friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse.
I feel like they rushed it. I feel like they were like, well, let's bank on this because this is what's going to bring me.
Yeah.
And then we don't get to see Storm and her match. I love Halle Berry, but we never get to see Storm. I want to see the diplomatic version of Storm. Like, I want to see her.
This last Storm kind of got the look right. I like this last actress as Storm. It was fine, but it ain't gonna get no time to develop.
Right.
Unless Marvel hire her up.
And I wonder if they're gonna put. Well, yeah, they can't because now they own it. I wonder if they're gonna bring Storm.
They
could, and then they'll make they could make the Black Panther's love interest in the first one and go crazy like she does in general, like becomes that rogue spy that tries to kill kill everyone.
See, this is the thing. If you go there with the Black Panther movie, I would use the Black Panther movie as a vehicle to introduce a bunch of other characters, and you can introduce Storm into that, and you don't even have to call her fucking Storm.
You can call someone else, but show the power.
You can call her Aurora, and he meets this woman in Africa.
Right.
With this white hair, and it's Aurora.
I mean, they could just make it so good.
You can introduce Blue Marvel. You ain't gotta call him Blue Marvel. Just say, "Oh, this is Dr. Bashir." Oh, nice to meet you, bro. Bam, Blue Marvel right in the movie.
Just let him do it. I want to see.
You can introduce the Second Gateway. He could be there.
Who's the Second Gateway?
Second Gateway. I forget what his real name is, but he's like an Aborigine or whatever. Another brother who has these teleporting abilities and stuff like that.
I know they said. They said that they're thinking about putting Childish Gambino in the movie inside the Black Panther somehow. They want to do it like that. I mean, got the Prowler. Let's do something with that. Let's just do something with that.
They have to hire him back for that shit.
Well,
look, he already working with Disney, so
he get it back.
He got some Star Wars money coming. He got the Lion King money coming.
Yeah.
He already working with Disney. Disney like to keep moving their players around.
Yeah.
They keep moving their players around. So you can give them a part in this new MCU. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I know that Kendrick Lamar said he would like to be like some evil sorcerer in the Black Panther movie, and I'm like, he's so weird. I've seen him act. It could work.
Shit, me personally, what would I do? I'd a Blade movie. I love Blade, but I'd do that. If I was an actor, I'd want to be in an X-Men movie.
Yeah, and I want to
because there's more people in it. There's more characters in it, and you can be anybody.
And you don't have to worry about dying off.
Not necessarily. Right. The biggest thing I would look for in this X-Men movie, in the MCU X-Men movies, I want a new Bishop. Give me the right Bishop.
Yeah, I feel like that was the waste.
Give me a decent Bishop. Give me a better Darwin. Not that bullshit they did, because that wouldn't have killed him at all.
I wanna see them. I'm not into like reintroducing characters. I like how
I don't give a shit.
Just drop people in. Like I'm glad Uncle Ben was already dead, and we haven't really been talking about.
Which I like because I don't need to. The point I'm at, I don't want to see another origin.
I don't want to see another origin Batman movie. I want you jumping into the Batman movie.
I never need to see, at this point in my life, 2019, I don't need to see another Superman origin. I don't need to see another Batman origin. I don't need another Peter Parker origin. I don't need an origin of anybody, actually. Just give me the story.
Right. Like, I remember
that'll make your first movie not so shaky and may possibly suck. And you can get to that second movie status in the first movie.
My old teacher said something. He was like, I would love, because I'm a big Nightwing fan. Nightwing's one of my favorite superheroes.
I want a Nightwing movie.
And they're supposed to be making that. But I don't want an origin. I want you to just do a Bat Family movie in the first movie. Just drop these people in.
First movie for a Nightwing movie, what do I want to see? I want to see him in Bloodhaven. Just going for it. Like, who's these people running from? Ping, 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 ping. Ricochet and Baton.
Flipping everywhere. You know what I mean?
The fuck?
Because he's like one of the most loved superheroes from all superheroes. He's like, what do they say, a rapper's rapper? He's a superhero. Like,
He's a superhero because he has come up through the ranks as a child, grown up in this. He is vested.
Right.
Been on teams,
Like
been in
that.
big events. He is vested. He could be Batman if he wanted to, but he wants to be himself, which means he's gotten from under being at sidekick status to being his own hero, his own man. Let me see a Nightwing movie like that.
And I really been wanting to see Tim Drake because how smart he is.
I'd love to see a Tim Drake.
And his
If you want,
costume was always badass.
if you want to do another Batman movie, give me Tim Drake, Robin,
And let that be.
and just let that be the case. That is just Tim.
at the end of the
and
second
Bruce.
movie, at the end of the second movie, let's maybe introduce Damian. Like give us little tidbits and stuff. Like, don't give me. I want the whole Black family in the movie. So at this point, I'm like, nah. Nightwing's in his own thing, doing his own thing. You know what I mean? Tim Drake, he is my second. End of the second movie, we're seeing, well, no, shit, I had a son because I was messing with Talia. Well, if you don't know who Talia is, you'll see that in the third movie. We're going to keep this train going.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Damian, I remember reading the introduction to Damian. I was like, yo.
You could, DC could, if they wanted to.
They just take the risk.
They just skip ahead and just do Damian showing up at the mansion
Right.
and just go from there. That way, when you start introducing stuff and him figuring out with the audience that this is my father is Batman, and all the rest of that stuff, then you can have Tim and Dick strolling through there. You got Oracle or somebody.
It's all good and you don't even know who
It's
he
like,
is until you see him. Like, oh,
hey, Damian, yeah.
like, and
He's meeting all these people who are already established heroes.
Right.
You don't need an origin from them. They established.
Because they could do a Jason Todd movie and that would do numb.
A Red Hood movie would be crazy, boy.
Like, you don't even need to do. I would.
If they did a Red Hood movie, they'd sink Deadpool.
Because because I mean he's so much more violent.
Cause he a dude. You let him, you play
He's a serious Deadpool.
you play a Jason Todd movie like they did the Punisher series, where it's a dude dealing with the trauma he had already been through,
And still dealing with it. Can't.
and still out there doing what he's doing. Motherfuckers be in that thing eating their popcorn bucket like, oh shit.
I would, you know how they're doing the new Batman, which I don't think it's gonna be bad. I like the way the Joker is, but I'm like,
It's not they're not connected.
at all, and I wonder how that's.
That Joker movie and that Batman movie are not connected.
And I thought
These
the
are-
Joker movie's gonna be so good. But
It looks. I was skeptical forever on this thing until I saw an actual trailer and got what they were going for, and I thought, okay, that's interesting. Okay, I'd probably watch it now because it seems like something more psychological is going
it
on.
doesn't seem like a.
It's like the dude breaks, and then you get him becoming the fucking Joker. Okay, I watch that now.
Jokers in existence. We don't know who is who, don't know the name of what, but we know it's three of them. So it's like, okay, this is what triggers somebody else to being the real Joker at this point. Because even if he dies at the end of the movie and somebody was watching him, or like I said, there's a fan of somebody everywhere. If you watch him and then you become that person, oh, now we up.
Yeah.
Now we have a movie.
And that would be possible given that they're showing him on television.
Right.
He's getting on a show.
Right.
Maybe he sparked somebody else off. Who knows?
So now we're finally touching the place where the movie can be something now. Because it's like DC did waste money. They're like,
It's not even wasted money. I look at it this way with DC. DC has been doing the same two heroes for so fucking long.
they're so scared to take a risk on anybody else.
It's not even that they're afraid of taking risks, because if they were afraid of taking risks, you wouldn't have the animated universe that kills.
Right.
You wouldn't have the animated universe that kills. You wouldn't have some of the movies that they have that are good, not these recent ones. The problem with them and their DCU is that they're always trailing Marvel, and they're always trying to rush to catch up with Marvel instead of running their damn race. They're not running their
Always thinking
race.
somebody else's lane came in the lane that you
Get in your damn lane, drive it.
I'm like, I feel like they should put people ahead of sanctions, right? Keep somebody the sanction for Batman. Keep somebody
No,
ahead of Superman.
what they need to do is what made the other two movies that they did recently a success. Take your fucking hands out of it.
Yes.
Get the studio to get their hands out of it and let the writers and directors do what they are actually hired to do, which is make some damn movies.
Imagine if you start.
So welcome to the room of people who have rooms of people that they loved one day docked away. Just because we check the guns at the door doesn't mean our brains will change from hand grenades.